So, my point here to make about film finance scheme, which was introduced and has not been film finance scheme.
Film finance scheme.
Yeah. It was introduced to boost Goan cinema, and since I feel privileged that I have made it to Academy Awards in 2018 with my film, which was filmed in Goa.
And you give a grant to a film which is made in Goa, is it?
Yes. So it boosts Goan films as well as give more opportunity to Goan filmmakers, producers to make more films, and also adds up to of course we have a lot of talents here, so they're able to get jobs as well, so it adds up to that as well.
So our Goa is a small state, the tiniest one, and it's easy to deliver in a broad-based manner. Let's not go for freebies. Nothing is free. One is getting it, I am paying the tax, somebody else gets it without paying the tax. So there be no disparities, but let's have equality. Let's have the 73rd and the 74th Amendment as promised to devolve powers to the people to decide for themselves. So my 3 points briefly would be health, employment, education, infrastructure and scientific environmental planning. Under 16B, there has been devastation and these are irreversible damages to our environment. So we are vulnerable. Our very life is going to be snuffed out. What are we talking about industry?
There's a beach, Betalbatem. The hotel actually leaves its waste out and it's cutting the sea bed, and that creates craters in the sea which causes more problems and degrades the land. So Goa is basically dying because of that. It's getting degraded day by day, and there's nothing that can help control it. There need to be some measures to control it, like shelter beds, something, anything can be implemented to save that coastal belt.
So if you all can strengthen the panchayats at the grassroots level with the 73rd Amendment, I feel it will be a very great thing for us also. Because now at present the panchayats are mostly dominated by the ruling government. They just send a circular, it is dumped on us and we are a stamp. Just a stamp, we have to follow what, even if it is wrong, we have to follow what the government says. So sir, if you can please. And the second point I want to put up is the roads which are newly done, the roads which are tarred, or any project which is done by the government, if you can put up the name of the contractor, the address of the contractor and the phone number of the contractor, instead of putting the names of the ministers, the MLAs, whoever, so that we can get in touch with the contractor directly and say, this is the fault what we have done. This is my second point.
The main purpose of my intervention is to thank all of you. This is the way I believe democracy works. People must speak, people must articulate their views, aspirations, demands, concerns, and the political party must reflect those concerns. This is the only way a democracy can flourish, a democracy can be sustained. So I'm extremely grateful to so many of you. Over 200 people have gathered here today for our first manifesto conference. We take your points. It is not that all the points can be reflected in the manifesto. A manifesto is rarely read, you know that. But we must distill the points of the manifesto in a manner that it reaches a large number of people. So I've requested my distinguished colleague, Sri Ramakant Kalap and his team to not only write a manifesto, but also prepare small pamphlets on the manifesto which can be distributed. As I said, not all points can be incorporated in the manifesto. A manifesto is not necessarily a one-time exercise. If we are in government 2 years later, 3 years later, we can come back to you and ask you for more suggestions, corrections, errors which we need to rectify, and new ideas. So this must be a continuous process of consultation, and I promise you, if the Congress forms the government, we will continue this consultation once every 2 years. Finally, you must elect representatives who will implement our manifesto. If you accept our manifesto but elect some other party, we can't implement the manifesto. Also, if you accept our manifesto but elect multiple parties who can never form a government or can only form a quarreling government, we cannot implement the manifesto. So my appeal to you is, if you accept our manifesto, if you believe, give us the full authority and the majority to implement the manifesto.